Hello everyone, welcome back to Interview Buddies. In today's video, we are going to talk about Docker. What is Docker, why it's used, and we'll build a very simple application in Docker. So let's just start. What is Docker? So Docker is a platform that lets you package your application and all its dependencies into a lightweight container. Imagine a shipping container that carries your code, libraries, everything it needs to run so that it can work everywhere and it behaves same everywhere. Like containers are super lightweight, faster to start, and perfect for microservices. That is the very short definition of Docker. So why we use Docker? So first thing is consistency. It's like it's the same environment everywhere. You can run it on any operating system. It's for portability. The containers don't interfere with each other, and that's good in isolation terms. And it's also great for deploying microservices and scalability. Key components, there are basically three key components. Dockerfile, where you define the environment. There is an image where the blueprint you created from your Dockerfile is present. The container, which is the running instance of the image. And we will see these things in a minute. Okay, so let's get started and let's create our very first simple Docker app using Python and Flask. All right, my left side I have this terminal window, on my right side I have this Sublime text open. On the right side I have written a very simple Python file which uses Flask, and it just says, it returns basically hello from Docker, and it runs on, it's saying that the host should be localhost and port binding is 6000. You can use any other port if you like. There's one file called requirement.txt which says Flask, and we will use this file in a minute. This is basic Python file, and you can run it on your local, but how you will run it in a Docker file? For that we need a Docker container, right? So how we get there? So for that we need a very important basically component of the Docker. It's called Dockerfile, and we will create it now. So for that Dockerfile, we will say that it's based on an image from Python. So we'll say Python 3.9 slim. Next component, I'm saying that work directory will be /app. Okay, and then I'm going to use copy keyword, which says that copy requirements.txt to my work directory, and then run this command, and the command is going to be pip install whatever is there in the requirements.txt. Requirements.txt. Okay, and then I'm saying copy everything which is present in my current directory to my work directory. Okay, and the command should be just like in your local terminal, uses python app.py. So that's the command container is going to run. Okay, so this is our Docker file. Let's save it and give it a name, Dockerfile, and that's the basic requirement. If you don't give this Docker file, or you don't name this Docker file as Dockerfile, it won't recognize it when you build the image, right? So we have to give it the name as Dockerfile, right? So Dockerfile is created, but we don't have an image yet, so we have to build this app. Before we build this app, you have to make sure you have Docker installed. In my machine, I have a Docker desktop installed, and if I run docker ps-a, it gives nothing because I don't have any image running, right? So to build the image, this image, I'll say docker build -t, the name of the image, let's say Flask app, and use the current directory and find the Docker file in the current directory. So that's what it says. If it's the first time, it will take a couple of minutes. So it just ran because it's very basic and very simple image, right? Now we have the image ready, and see if we have anything running right now. Nothing yet, right? Now we'll run this image. So docker run -p We are going to bind that port 6000 colon 6000, and I'll say Flask app. Okay, so now I have this Flask app started in the Docker container, and we'll go and check what's present. So docker ps-a, it will give me this thing which says that I have a container running, the image name is Flask app, and the port is localhost is bind to 6000. Okay, and the name of this is zealous Shirley. Okay, to check whether your app is running or not, you just curl into the localhost, right? You can curl it right here, you don't have to go to the browser. So yeah, it says hello from Docker. So use that curl localhost 6000, it says hello from Docker, and that's it. You just build your first app and you put it in the Docker, and it's running inside a container. Hope you like this video. Subscribe and comment and let us know what you want to learn next. In next video, I'll try to cover Docker Compose, how to deploy Postgres on Docker Compose, and if anything else, just let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe button. Thank you very much.